Shalom, my beloved, as I've always said to you, it's very important that we have stability. I would like to open this prayer up with Kala Kalaya Jawatisra Adlaya Ka Laayatis Aha. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. So that we might Naya La Kwaka La Qualita Bahada Baraya Hawaha. And when I will take refuge in the word of Yahweh, Naya Laquaka Laqualata, Baha Shemaya Hawaha. I will take refuge in the name of Yahweh. Naya Laquaka Laqualata, Baha Rabakaya Hawaha. I will take refuge in the spirit of Yahweh God. My brothers and sisters, in opening this up, because it's very important that we have stability in our life. And therefore, as we look on the stage of life and how it's imploding, Yahweh has called us to relax. And he says in Leviticus 26, verse 37, you shall have no power to stand before your enemies. Yahweh told you, he said, you're not going to have any power. But as is stated in Isaiah 40, verse 2, cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. So Yahweh is saying, you may not have no power, but you don't have to go to war. Because it says in Psalm 49, verse 14, for Yahweh will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. So Yahweh is saying something to you. So that I want you to relax. That's why those that are living in the Ruach of Yah, keeping the commandments of Yahweh, you have stability by doing that which is acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh God. As it also says, it says, we live by the word that has come out of the mouth of Yahweh our God. We live by his word. And Psalm Isaiah 40, verse 8, but the word of Yahweh shall stand forever. So we stand in that word that is forever. And it says here in Exodus 14, verse 13, stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh God. He says, stand still, relax. As it also says in Exodus 14:14, Yahweh shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. So these are peaceful times for us. Yahweh is not calling us to be armed. He says they are not in control. You might, when you look into the world, you could see these people are not in control. And therefore, Yahweh said, my beloved, stand still. Stand still and know that your salvation cometh from Yahweh God. Because we have emerged ourselves in calling his name. Yahweh, Allah, Yama.
You want me to come back, Ash?
Call Yahweh's name and know that you are secure and keeping of the commandments of Yahweh God. You don't have to worry. That's why he said, comfort you. What did he meant? He meant comfort you when? now, later. You don't have to comfort nobody in good times. He wants you comfort. He wants those that will teach you to still that fire because you can't do anything, but you can do everything if you are obedient to Yahweh's laws and will. He says, due to world communication, they will hear and see Yahweh raise up his chosen people in the midst of all this confusion. He said, you're going to see something that people say, who's going to help them? Our help is in our name, Yeshua Allah, one that has power with what? God and man. When we was in first Egypt, he said, you should go into Egypt again in the first Egypt. He said, I've come down to deliver you. Yahweh is our deliverer. And therefore, when you receive the determination to be compliant to his commandments, then as it says, blessed is the man that Yahweh teach out of the Torah, that you may give rest from the day of his adversity. So Yahweh said, comfort these people. Don't stir them up. Don't make them angry because they have every right, but anger is not going to facilitate them to having a productive and spiritual life because you've entered into the name, the spirit, the word of your God. Praise be the name of Yahweh God. Hallelujah. The surmountable global problem has brought fear and confusion. The people of this earth, but the tribes of Israel have no confusion and fear if they stay in the word of Torah as it's written. You see, the global pandemic has nothing to do with you if you're going to follow the words of Yahweh God. What do I care if the house falls down? If the Ruach is with me, I'll be fine. Death is my friend, and I've kissed life in the mouth. And I want you to understand, I'm not just saying this, I live it. And I want you to live it. I want you to take what you have and make it work in the spirit of Yahweh God and know that He will never desert you. I want you to know this. The word of Yahweh is the life creation we stand in. We stand in Yah's word that created all of this. And he's told you, Shema Yisrael, Shema, hear who? Israel, Yahweh. He said, I want you to hear me. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you because I am your God. And therefore, he didn't say, I'm God. He said, I am your God, pertaining to you on a personal level. So as we go on, as it says, leadership is a light for any people. And when leadership is imploded, the people become lost. And this is what you're seeing. But you're not lost. Because as the word of Yahweh it says in Proverbs 29:18, where there's no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the Torah, happy is he. It the people gonna perish. You can see it. You can walk through the street. But at the same time, let me say this to you. And I walk the streets, I see the people, but they're comfortable in where they're at. They're comfortable in rolling a blunt and saying they're comfortable. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more important to you than your spiritual understanding, and I will go on to prove that to you. But let me read this to you. It says, The vision of all has come to you as a word of a book. And that's Isaiah 29, verse 11. He says, the vision, he said, where there's no vision, the people perish. But Yahweh said, your vision is in this book, in the words. And in Isaiah 34, verse 16, it says, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail you. None of it. Because the word of Yahweh has created everything. He says, he's not going to let you look. What did he tell Israel? He said, Israel, fear not. He didn't tell anybody else not to fear. He said, I don't want you to fear. What's happening to the world has nothing to do. I got your hand. You can't save yourself, Israel, because I've anointed you with the name. And he said, I've come down to deliver you. He said, I've heard the groaning of my people. And he said, I've come down and I remember the covenant. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the things that has gone out of my lips. That's Psalm 89, verse 34. You are a people of the covenant of the word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh God. Let them fight. Let them fight. They want to fight over something that's not theirs. Good. Let them. The Torah brings strength and stability into the lives of the 12 of Israel. Your stability is in Yah's word. You have a covenant with Yahweh God. Did Yahweh exclude everybody? No. He said, my house shall be a house of prayer for all people. And I keep telling you, no, Yahweh is a gracious God. But what did he leave you? He says, I shall make a new covenant with the house of Israel. Not after the old covenant which they broke. I will put my Torah in their inner parts. These things I want you to hold on to. Because as you see, they have done this. They have wasted and disturbed the earth, and the earth will begin to disturb them. That's why you having hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, flash flooding, because they dropped so many atomic bombs. I mean, what? Who, who tells you that we got some chemicals in your food so your men can become homosexual? Who does that? Who who does that? You go into a laboratory where you should be able to resolve circumstances that is impacting the community so that, like I said before, to me, America had a chance to make the earth a garden of Eden. But it said the earth is given into the wicked, and the wicked means destruction, damnation. You understand? So we know we stand in the midst, but it shall not come nigh unto us. We will behold the reward of the wicked, but it shall not come nigh unto. And that's why I'm saying to you, my beloved, fear not. Yeah, I'll go in this book. He tells you, he said, now Israel, I know you're gonna see something, but I don't want you to fear. So so that you don't fear, you have to have a connection. You got to pray and knock on his door and say, Yahweh God, and confess and just move through life. Enjoy life. Enjoy it. Don't worry about it. If they said 30 atomic bombs is coming this way, it ain't got nothing to do with me. That's not my problem. My problem is keeping the commandments of Yahweh God. If I'm in Yah and Yah is in me, what do I care? And I want you to understand what I'm saying, that is true. Go into Torah, prophecy, and writings. If you can find that I'm lying, please come and tell me. because I don't have anything to give you because I've already given you everything. You have the greatest secret in the world. You know the name of your God and you know that you're Israel. You got it. Stop looking for what you got. Take it and make it work. Oh, hallelujah. Make it work, my brothers and sisters. And be at peace with yourself. And move and say a prayer for your neighbors, the way you live, and wish them the very best. Because many times that's all they can do. But you are a voice for many, many, many people. Your prayers, the prayers of the righteous, and you are a righteous people. And it says, there is no executive order that can stop this. You don't have to worry about the president signing it. He can't stop no hurricane, no tornadoes. I remember the Spirit told me, he said, man, don't pay them no attention. As long as they can't control day and night, please. These people, oh, they got a secret organization and they this and that. They're scared. They got bunkers that they running down. They don't realize the water is going to come up from the earth. So they coming out of them bunkers. Look, I'm telling you, you've already entered into the house of Yahweh God. Where's that house? Yahweh Allah Hayama. That's your house. I remember it was a brother I met, and he was in Florida, and he had learned he was Israel. He was keeping the Shabbat. So he said he opened up the door and he saw the tornado coming towards his direction. He knew he could not run, so he closed the door and sat in the chair, and the tornado went around him. There's a lady, a very pious woman, and she told me a story of what transpired to her when she was in a plane. And she said the motor caught on fire. And you know, I mean, and she said she looked out the window and went back to sleep because she understood thoroughly if Yah is with me, they can drop me in the middle of the ocean. I'm fine. There's nothing that they can destroy whom Yahweh has blessed. You know, and I'm saying to you, my beloved brothers and sisters, you are indestructible in the words of Yahweh and calling on him and submitting yourself and say, Yah, your will is my will. Whatever you want, I want. And if I'm not ready, if you ready, I'm ready. But I cling to things, which is normal. You're a human being. You're supposed to cling to things. But learn what is necessary, what is totally important. And therefore, when Yahweh see that you cling to him, he will make sure that everything else you love is all right. I've never seen the righteous seed begging bread. I've never seen the righteous seed, those that have humbled themselves and keeping Shabbat, knocking on Yah's door and say, Yah, I'm home. Like I told a man, and I'll tell you, when you start keeping the Shabbat, do not come back. That's what I can tell you. He said, be not afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he die, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. Oh, hallelujah. That's Psalm 49, verse 16 to 17. He said, be not afraid. So the riches that you have here, but the worst thing, you must search for true spiritual knowledge. Neglecting this will leave you in spiritual poverty. So remember, you are the only people, Yahweh only chose one people. Yahweh only made a covenant with one people. Yahweh only communicated with one thing. So I say to you, with the greatest respect and humility, for my desire is that because we already won, Akkad, won. We already won. Everything that Israel did, it was by the number seven. Why? It means Nazak, victory. You already have the victory. I can go into it further, but if you understand, you can't lose this. One that has power with God and man and has prevailed, not going to. You have already prevailed by keeping the commandments of Yahweh God. So when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, neither shall the flames be kindled upon you. Oh, hallelujah. Praising the name of the living God. Oh, praise his holy name. In First Kings chapter 8, it was a building to the honor of his name. Go read it. First Kings starting at chapter 8. The name of our God. There was no vowels in there because Hebrew is a consonant language. It's not a vowel language. Now I'm not a Hebrew teacher in the point of knowing the language, but I did research it to know that it is a consonant, letter by letter. Yahweh, Allah, Hayama. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the crust of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child and her that travail with child, together a great company shall return. So I bid you the very best of the best, and may the Spirit of the living God give you a spiritual kiss. May you go forth and enjoy your life entirely, and knowing that everything is well with you. So, hallelujah. Call on the name of Yahweh and keep his commandments. Shalom, my beloved, with all respects, and I thank you for your time. Shalom. Hallelujah.